Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my Sunday Soulful Conversation. I'm Reverend Charlotte McGinnis, and I'm so happy to have you here today to join me on this momentous occasion. And I'm actually sitting here with all of my great friends from childhood, and we're going to get into this a little more in a minute, but I want to just catch up on a few things. And as always, I want to remind you that we have our prayer ministry, our Alliance of Divine Love prayer ministry. And if you have any prayer requests that you would like, please feel free to go to my website, charlottemcginnis.com, and just click on prayer ministry. And as soon as you make those requests, we will have our prayer team of 75 people praying for you. We also have our prayers going out to the Unity Prayer Ministry. They're praying for our requests as well, and as well as the Ananda Fellowship. So we're well covered and would welcome your prayer request of any kind. Also, I'm very excited this week that I have coming up on Wednesday, I'm kicking off my new series, which is called Heart to Heart Soulful Conversations, Soulful Conversations with Real People. And this week, my guest is the founder of the Alliance of Divine Love Ministry, Reverend Dr. Barbara Selwa, and I'm very excited to share her message, to share her with you guys. She's 83 years old. She founded our beautiful ministry 50 years ago, 51 now. And she's amazing. So 4 p.m. on Wednesday, same streaming process here on charlottemcginnis.com, on youtube.com/InspireUTV, and also on Facebook. So you can catch us on all of those. I'll put out more notices this evening probably about that. So that's also very exciting. And of course, my new website is up. You can check it out. It's a work in progress, and would love to have you participate in some of our classes, seminars, workshops, that sort of thing. And join us for anything that you might feel drawn to. So that's all I got to say. It's charlottemcginnis.com, by the way. So we're going to get to this right now. It's very fun to be doing what I'm doing today, because it's fun on a lot of levels, but mainly because these are some of my dearest and closest friends who I've known, some of them, Mary Beth being the oldest and long-standing friend. She's not the oldest, we're all the same age. But anyway, Mary Beth and I are cousins, and we've known each other since we were 5 years old. So 30 years. So anyway, so we've known each other for over 55 years, and we've been dear friends all that time. And I can't wait to introduce her to you and share some of our history and stories, which will be fun. And I'm using today as an opportunity to sort of give you an example. I'm having soulful conversations with people who are just doing their thing, and you'll see that we're very diverse in who we are and what we do in the world, but that has not kept us from connecting at a deep, loving level. So going to have a fun conversation. So this week, they showed up on our doorstep starting Thursday. Martha, I'm going to give a shout out to Martha there. She's driving back to Ponte Vedra, Florida. She was actually our host last fall, and we had a great time at her house on the beach, beautiful home. And we had lots of good experiences, good food. We had yoga, we had walks, and Martha is an amazing person. And I'm sorry she's not here to be part of this conversation, because she's awesome. She's been very successful in business in her life, and she retired early and living the dream, and also just an awesome, great person, married to an awesome fella, Greg, and she has 2 great kids, Matthew and Grace, and they're grown and doing well. So Martha has a lot to be proud of. And Martha, we miss you. We wish you were here. She just left about an hour ago. So hugs out to Martha. So as I said, we're a pretty diverse group, as you're going to see. And earlier we were talking here, getting ready for this, and I said we should have our own version of The View. I think we could do a really good job of that, because but the good news is we don't fight. Yes. And that's part of one thing that is amazing, that we've known each other, most of us, for 50 years. And I don't think we've ever had a disagreement among us, that has kept us. It's amazing. And I want to explore that. And and say that we just sort of live and let live. And just because you might not be on the same page or agree with someone doesn't mean you have to argue about it. And you can just love and support each other for who they are. So it is a real blessing to be here with everybody this week. So here we go. The first person that I'm introducing you to is Becky Hess, and she is we've been friends a long time, Becky, and long time, and went to Camac Junior High and Huntington High School. And Becky was a cheerleader at Huntington High. And were you a cheerleader at Camac? Nope. You were, Kathy, right? Camac. Okay, you'll get to meet Kathy. So we got the cheerleaders here. And Becky has married her young junior high sweetheart. They've been married how many years?
37 blissful years.
There you go. She and Ron.
Best 3 years of my life.
There you go. So her husband, Ron, is really a great guy. And I was just telling Becky the other day how awesome he really is. And he's a coach, basketball coach, or was. I think he's retired from that, but
33 years.
33 years. And he took the Huntington High School team to the state championships. How many times did they win that?
3 times.
There you go, 3 times. So Ronnie is a hero in town, and Becky, you are too. You've been a teacher for, and that's an admirable position. And how many years have you done that?
I just finished my 38th year.
Oh my gosh, wow. Well, Becky, that's amazing, 38 years, and you get to retire after this year. So that's fantastic. And you have 2 children, a son and a daughter, Mason and Morgan, and you also have a grandbaby and Harper Kate, who's 3 years old, and she's precious. We saw her on YouTube, or FaceTime rather. And so you've done many wonderful things. And so you're going to retire next year. What are you going to do? Do you know?
I think I'm just probably for the first year going to do just exactly what I want to do. Just whatever comes up. I'll be looking for a new routine, and I look forward to it.
Hey, and more girls' weekends, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So there we go. That's right.
Lots more.
Lots more is right. And so, Becky, one thing, you and Ron are amazing as a couple, and parents and grandparents and teachers and just pillars in Huntington. But I know that both of you guys have had extreme challenges in your life, personal challenges, and we're not going to go into what those are, but how do you cope and keep smiling and get through those, Becky?
I'm not going to say we never go to bed angry. I won't say that.
I'm not talking about your relationship. I'm talking about your family challenges, not your and Ron's relationship.
Well, we are 100% always in support of one another. We just stay on the same page and always in support of one another.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And it's worked.
It has. Lots of prayer
and good friends, I suppose, along the way.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, you all are amazing, and I want to just wrap up our little conversation here. And so, your thoughts? How have we maintained, or what would you like to say? Anything about this group? Anything that you want to add? Any way, shape, or form?
Well, I tell you, we've always been in support of one another. It's amazing. Obviously, the bond that was created when we were young was a bond meant to last a lifetime. And we're always there for each other. And it doesn't matter how long it's been between our visits, we pick up right where we left off, as if we just left the table at Mary Beth's parents' house. In junior high school.
There you go. That is true. We still have fun, and for 60 plus years old, we're 60, 61. We we still know how to have a good time.
That's
And
exactly
we've
right.
hit a winery this weekend. We've hit a brewery. We've hit the hiking trails. We've done the best that Western North Carolina has to
That's
offer.
exactly
So,
right.
and we're going on a hike to Jones Gap this afternoon, and that's another beautiful place. And so, Becky, thank you.
Charlotte.
Yeah, it's
Thank
been
you so
great.
much.
Hey, yes, indeed. So, Becky Hess, and now I'm going to introduce an awesome lady here, Kathy Hunter Walker, and say hi to Kathy. You can
Hello.
scooch in just a
Hi.
little bit here. There you go. And Kathy is, as I said, she's for another hometown girl. Met you in junior high school.
45 years ago, not quite 55 years ago.
yeah,
but
that's
so I'm
right.
a little older to the group. But
Yeah.
not much.
Yeah, we
45
met.
years.
So you
So I
all
was junior
landed.
high.
You all landed in Huntington. Where'd y'all come from, the Hunters?
We came from the West End in Huntington.
Oh, okay. So once
Jefferson Avenue, I was
So-
a West Ender.
Okay, so
And then we moved and I changed schools to junior high in the middle
mhm.
of the year and met these fabulous ladies. They were very accepting of me and their group,
Yeah.
and made lifelong friends.
That's right. And that is an awesome thing. And yeah, I forgot you were a West Ender. That's right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, about 45 years, and you were a cheerleader at Camac and at Huntington
Huntington
High.
High.
Yeah, there you go. So here she is. And as you all can probably see, Kathy is an example of anti-aging and lifelong beauty. Yes, you are. And she has an amazing, your figure is like that of a 22-year-old, Kathy. I don't know how you do that, but you do a beautiful job. And I want to say that Kathy is not only beautiful on the outside, but on the inside as well. You've got a beautiful heart, and
You are too.
oh, well, thank you. And you've got, you're married and to a wonderful man, and you have 3 daughters.
3 daughters.
Yes. And what are their names?
Bailey, Allie, and Carly. So they're 31. Bailey has started a family. So I have 2 granddaughters, and then Allie and Carly. And my youngest just moved to Austin, Texas, but my other 2 live in the Charlotte area where I live.
Great. Well, you also take care of the grandbabies, right?
Yes.
A lot?
Yes. I help them out. Since we live fairly close together, I will help. I watch them 3-4 days a week while they can work and build their careers.
Yeah.
So it's been wonderful for me. I'm very fortunate because a lot of people don't get to see their grandchildren very often. And on those trying days where the days are very long, I still consider myself very lucky.
Yeah, well, they're lucky to have you too, because I tell you, that's a blessing to be able to have a grandparent that close and to be so active in their lives. And I know they'll cherish that when they get older and realize how much of a blessing you are.
After their teenage years.
After their teenage years. Yeah, exactly. Well, and Kathy, one thing that I also appreciate about you and is your devotion to your faith and your convictions there. And you don't have to go into detail unless you want to, but what are your, what drives you spiritually, and where do you get your inspiration from?
My younger sister and I started having a lot of questions relating to the Bible. And we got in with a fantastic Bible study from a group from our hometown. We were acquaintances, but not good friends, but we've become really close. And we do it once a week. And we're from all over. The missionary that runs it, he lives in New Zealand and Australia. So he leads our Bible study, but he's originally from our hometown. And then my younger sister, who's in Nashville, we have someone in Virginia and another gentleman at the beach in one of the beaches in North Carolina. So everyone's very accepting. We're very open. We're not nervous about asking any questions about anything. And it's built my faith. I've matured greatly as a Christian. I feel like I was always a Christian, but an immature Christian. And reading the Bible from cover to cover, which I did over the last 5 years, has, I think, really matured me in that area.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
Well, you are living that message, and I want to thank you for that. And I'm excited that you have such a great connection there. And also, in closing, what are your thoughts about our friendship? What would you tell people? How do you everybody? I know a lot of people that just don't have that many friends. They are
Mhm.
amazed that we have this connection. When I told them, we're coming together, they're like, what, you've actually got friends from high school that you still, I said,
Right.
not only one, but several. And so what do you think makes this work?
Well, I think we had a very special situation. I don't think everyone had the experiences we did in high school. We had a very close bond, which has carried us through all these years. Like Becky said, we pick up right where we left off. It could be literally, well, now we speak more often, but before it was literally a couple years or
Mhm.
5 years
Yeah.
before we would speak to each other. And we always just pick up where we left off. We have that loyalty, we have that history.
Mhm.
We know our families,
Yeah.
our extended families, which helps and build that strong foundation of friendship and support.
Yes, that's very well said. And so, but I encourage everybody, it's what I get from this is just, over the years, these are my rocks, but also there's, I've had some friendships that come and go,
Mhm.
and that's part of life as well. But I think just being accepting and understanding and letting the stuff roll off our shoulders is
Right.
not a bad idea. And we don't have to all think the same way or do the same things, but we can still get along, and we do. So, well, thanks, Kathy.
Okay,
And
well, thank you.
yeah.
Charlotte's
So
been such a gracious host.
well,
We
we've had a
appreciate
great
it.
time. Yes, we
Bye.
have. Thanks. Okay, so here's Miss Jenny. There you go, Jenny Quinlan Booton. And hey,
Hi,
Jenny.
everyone.
There's Jenny. And Jenny is, Jenny's an amazing woman, and she's married. You have, tell us
To-
about your kids.
To John Booton, who is another cousin
Another
of
cousin of
Charlotte's.
mine. Yeah.
We have 5 kids together. I was married once before, and he was married once before. He had 2 boys. I had 2 boys. And then we had a daughter together that, really solidified our family unit. So
Yeah. Well, that's so you've got how many grandkids? You got a bunch.
Oh, well, between the 2 of us, we have 11 grandchildren. And I mean, it is always busy, and there's always something going on. And it's like Kathy said, it is a true blessing to have. We are definitely blessed with family and friends. And yeah, I've been blessed my whole life.
Yeah. Well, and you've got your sisters, you're still in Huntington. You and Becky are still in Huntington, and Kathy, I forgot to say, Kathy lives in just south of Charlotte, right? And but you guys have stayed in Huntington, and I've got a
Yes.
sister in Huntington that has her family there, some of her family. But I think that it's so awesome. I have the greatest memories of when I was growing up with being able to be with my grandparents, both my parents' parents. And that does really, I think, build for a strong foundation in so many ways.
Yes.
And
Yes.
but anyway, yeah.
I never knew my grandparents, and I watched my mother be such an awesome grandmother. And so I just, I would never measure up to her, but I hope I aspire to be that grandmother.
Yeah, I bet you are. I bet you are. Well, Jenny, you're amazing. And you're retired from hairstyling.
Yes, I was a hairstylist for 38 years, and I retired a couple of years ago, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And it's been fun. I really haven't done a whole lot since retirement, but like Becky said, I just do what I want.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. And again, more time for girls' weekends.
More time for girls'
Yeah.
weekends.
And one thing Jenny did this weekend, and as you all know who watch me already, I don't hold much back, but you were the provider of the most delicious Jell-O shots this weekend with gummy bears.
The thing
And,
is we every once in a while we'll try to recapture our youth, and that was a thing from our past. but they were fun.
Yeah.
We had fun.
Yeah, I have to say that we really didn't do much to get wild this weekend. But it was kind of fun. We behaved ourselves. And,
We have behaved ourselves, and it has been a great weekend.
yeah,
Like all the girls said, we pick up where we, we're very comfortable with each other, and we pick up where we left off. It's like we haven't been apart.
yeah, that's true. That's true. And one thing I really have noticed about you, Jenny, you really let things roll off, and you're very accepting. You just, and you speak like it is. You don't hold anything back, and you do it in a loving, accepting way.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I mean, Becky and I have been in a couple of fist fights. No, really, Becky and I are out of the group. Becky and I are so similar in a lot of our beliefs and values and everything, and we were sisters from different parents.
Yeah, you two definitely have that connection, that sister connection, for sure.
We always, we agree, and sometimes we agree to disagree, but we do love I love everyone, and especially the group, but we do love each other even when we disagree.
Yeah, and that's the key to friendship, for sure. So, well, Jenny, it's been awesome to share this time with you this weekend and right here, right now. And we're going to let you go, and I'm going to invite Susan to come up.
All right.
Do you have anything else you'd like to share, though, before we?
I appreciate all you've done this. You've been such an awesome host. I mean, everything we've done has been fantastic. The scenery around here, folks, if you haven't been, is amazing. We went to a waterfall yesterday. We've taken several hikes, and it's just amazing. And we have all had a great visit.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we got one more day, and I'm going to be sorry to see you guys leave.
Oh, well, we'll be sorry.
Come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be sorry to go home too.
Yeah. Well, you're always welcome back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Okay. So let's see. I got a little note passed to me. Okay. So come on. Okay. So, okay. I got you. Okay. Well, now, where's the bubble machine?
I was going to.
Okay. So a lot of you all from Flat Rock here probably know this gal, Sue Love. Okay. Jenny's taking care of it. And here we can go. So Susan, in her usual fun spirit, brought a bubble machine that Jenny that we actually used to entertain us while we were listening to music and talking. And so that was so we got bubbles or orbs. We could call those orbs. But anyway, and now I've got that in my water. But anyway, that's okay. But anyway, Sue and I go way back, and Susan lives in Charlotte, and just a couple hours away. And I see Susan more than I see anyone in the group, actually. And we've been really great friends for a long, long, long time. And we actually bonded in junior high school during I was into golf pretty big, and you were certainly into tennis, basketball, track. Susan's an amazing world-class athlete, literally. And so we bonded over our sports, but we also bonded with, I think, our humor and our appreciation of humor. And Susan is one of the funniest people that I've ever met. I mean, yes, you are. I'm embarrassed.
My kids don't think so. But
yeah, but Susan, I got to brag on her, and I think we all, so much. And she gets embarrassed, but she is an amazing. She's still playing at 61, competitive tennis. She's in the North Carolina Tennis Hall of Fame. She's competed internationally. She's won tournaments. I don't know how many tournaments you've won over the years?
no.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I've watched her play many matches. Susan got mad at me because I fell asleep in one of them in Florida. But she's
I know. I
playing the
beat this
best
girl from Tokyo or something. And I was having the best match of my life. And I look at her, she's like, and I kept hitting the ball. I was like, wake up, Charlotte. I was like, and she was out. I was so pissed.
Not that it wasn't entertaining.
I know, but she was completely. I mean,
So, but we do have so many great memories and times together. We've taken a lot of trips, and Susan's she built a teepee back in our backyard years ago. No, it was amazing. That thing stood up for 10 years.
it's not too hard to do.
But it survived the weather for 10 years. It was really an amazing thing, truly. So anyway, but that was admirable, really. I was impressed. But in addition, Susan, great athlete, great sense of humor. She's got one of the kindest husbands you could ever imagine. He's handsome, he's kind, he is a wonderful person. And of course, being a tennis pro, her last name is Love. And we asked her, did you marry Mike because his last name was Love, but no, he is a gem and a great guy. And what a perfect name. I mean, talking about a love match. And Susan, your two boys are Chris and Carter are two of the most kind, amazing young men. You all have done an amazing job with those boys. And
thank you.
Yeah, they come in sometimes here on Sunday Live, and they're just awesome. And I think they're two of the greatest guys I've ever met. So you all did a great job.
Oh.
Yeah, they are something else.
Coming from you.
Yeah, well, they just
pretty.
They just are comfortable with Carter, will stay in touch and send little notes, and Chris was on his little Zoom call, and Chris is a amazing story in itself. He had a recovery story, which is remarkable. And now he's such an example with his life, what he's doing. And that's thanks to you, because you and Mike really wasn't easy for a lot of years, but you all made it. And Chris is a shining star for sure.
You.
Yeah.
We think so. Yes.
Yeah. And Carter, well, he's another amazing one. But I want to ask you this, because I gave up golf years ago, mostly because of my back. I developed sciatica, and every time I tried to get back into it, it just didn't work for me. And I'd like to still get back in, but we'll see. But not only are you still playing tennis, but you're still competitive at 60 years old. Are you 61? 61.
Yeah.
And
61.
61.
Tell everyone.
And
Yes.
and we're all friends here.
That's right.
So, but how do you keep your edge? What makes you want to get up and do that? Because just a little, Susan, our loop here where we live it's a loop, and it's a good walk. And after we've all hiked and done our thing, Susan's, I'm gonna go walk the loop. I'm like, have fun. So, but she's, you've got to, what gets you charged up?
I grew, I was always a tomboy when I was young, and just always loved sports and loved to compete. And I loved to stay in shape and whatnot. And so I've always, and I feel I was, blessed with some athletic ability. And I think that and it's something I enjoy doing. I was kind of good at. I wasn't good at all the talents these ladies have, but I don't cook, I don't clean, but I don't do anything else, but I can hit a tennis ball.
She can hit a tennis ball and make teepees.
That's right.
Like nobody's
make
making.
teepees. What
And make babies good. You got good babies. And
what a cash. But I've just always enjoyed competing. And then, what's so great about all our friends here is I'll compete all over the country or whatever when I was playing. And, these ladies could care less if I win or lose or what. They don't even know probably how to keep score. I mean, but they just, they're accepting, and, no matter what, we all still stick together and, love no matter what happens. We cried together, laughed together. They always let me be silly and crazy and seem to be, they seem to still like me after.
Yes, we do.
After COVID, we laugh a lot. So that's what keeps it.
Yeah, I think laughter is important.
Yeah.
Where it's very healing to be with you guys, because we do laugh a lot. And I did leave one thing out, Jack, your grandson, who is one of the most beautiful, cutest little things.
Yeah, he's a cutie. Yeah.
And he's another blessed child to have you and Mike in his lives in the extent he does, because you guys take them on a lot. And Susan and Mike have bought a retirement place in Charleston, South Carolina. So you want to spend some time down there? That's great. So
Yes.
living the dream.
That's right.
Yeah. So we'll keep on winning.
All right.
And
Bye.
thanks, Sue. And last but not least, in this conversation is the one I've known the longest of this whole group. This lady right here, Mary Beth. We call her Kitty, and meow. And Mary Beth and I are cousins. Our mothers were first cousins in Huntington, West Virginia. My mom Jane, my mother Dorothy, and Mary Beth and I knew each other when we were little kids. Have lots of stories. But Mary Beth's parents, they used to like to go to the local bar, and it's not like they were drunks or anything. They just like, that's where they're friends, kind of like a Cheers place. And we used to go there with them, and we loved it, because I learned how to play shuffleboard at an early age. We did. I think your dad taught us, and that was a blast. We used to hang out a lot together. We grew up together, and
she got me to Florida.
Oh, I got you to Florida. It helped you introduce you to your husband, and who was the most terrific guy. And sadly, he passed how many years ago?
Almost 12.
Wow. That's hard to believe. Wow. Well, David was David Dobble you met him. He was an electrician, right?
Right.
And they just connected, and he was the kindest, sweetest soul that you could ever ask for. And I know that was a tremendous loss for you and your boys, huge. And but like you said, someone said, well, maybe you'll find someone else. And she just basically said, I had the best, and you did. And thank God for that. Not many people can say
I
that.
feel very blessed.
Yeah. And you got two fantastic boys,
Thank
Christian in Newfoundland, and he's the creative one, and artist and philosopher, and does some really cool things up there. And then we've got Bailey, who lives close to you, and
He's an electrician like his dad.
yeah, there you go.
But they both, they're really kind, good people, and a lot of fun to be with. So.
Yeah. Well, they are beautiful kids, and so I haven't seen them in a long time, but I've seen pictures, and they are handsome and beautiful,
Thank
and good, solid boys. And you've been a great mother. And I also want to back up a little bit. You, like Jenny, you're still cutting hair.
Yes,
How many years have you done it?
34.
34. So
Jenny got an earlier start.
well, and Mary Beth is an amazing hairstylist. She's still works in retail, and that's amazing.
We do it all.
Yeah, you do it all. See, this group could provide many skills together. We can certainly do that. But I do want to back up, Mary Beth. You were what I remember so much about you from growing up is you were the prima ballerina.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was a big deal for us growing up, being the prima ballerina.
It was my passion. Love-hate relationship.
Yeah. You were good at it.
I
And
danced till I was 41.
wow, there you go. So that's amazing. And that was and she was our homecoming queen at Huntington High School. So yeah,
Now I look the oldest.
no, you don't at all. So what gets you through the day, Mary Beth? What drives your soul? And
I've worked hard at being happy. I'm just content.
yeah,
And I love nature, I love people, but I love alone time. And faith. Without faith, I don't think I'd be sitting right here with you.
yeah.
But
Well, and Mary Beth and I have had many conversations. We're very much aligned in our beliefs and thoughts about things. And that's always fun to talk to you. And it's just amazing that we've had such a great journey together for all these years, cuz.
I love you.
You too, dear. And so in wrapping this up, what are your thoughts about friendship, and what would you tell people about?
It is the most precious gift. Really, it's you can hardly describe it. But I will say it's been said around here, but a sense of humor, because everyone at this table has been through some really rough bumps in life. And we just love each other through it and keep laughing eventually, you know?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
God is good.
God is good all the time, as they say, right?
Right.
God is good all the time. Well, Mary Beth, thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Charlotte.
And thank all of you guys for taking the time to share who you are a little bit with our friends out here in virtual land. And everybody, I thank you all. I hope you enjoyed our conversation. And please join us Wednesday at 4 o'clock, Reverend Dr. Henshaw or Selwa, excuse me, Reverend Dr. Selwa, the founder of the Alliance of Divine Love Ministry. And I just feel so blessed to be able to share this weekend with my friends and share them with you. And I hope that you guys learn something of how to be a friend and just enjoy the love and friendship that we have here and hold so dear in our hearts. Many blessings to all of you, and namaste.